Hello everybody, it is Good Friday of the Lord's Passion, and I had a few things I wanted to share with you today. So first, a reminder that Good Friday in the Sacred Triduum is a day where we observe the penitential practices both of fasting from food and abstinence from meat. So fasting means that if we need a certain amount of food and sustenance to operate in a day, we take only one regular meal. Then if we need more than that in order to function for the other two, what would be kind of considered normal meal times of a day, we could have something smaller. Those two other meal times, if we eat combined, the amount of food combined together certainly should not equal nor surpass the one regular meal we take this day. And abstinence means we abstain from eating flesh meat, so fish and the like is fine, vegetables, of course. So that's the penitential practice we observe today as we remember the Lord's passion, his death on the cross for our salvation. I want to remind you about the service today at 3 p.m., which will be in a more bilingual fashion. We normally venerate the cross today, but because of restrictions on us this year, I invite you to bring your own crucifix, that is the cross with the image of the crucified Christ on it. Bring that with you in your car. We will certainly have the large crucifix we use at the service, which you may or may not be able to see depending on where you're parked, but at least with a crucifix in your car, you can adore the Lord's crucifixion, you can venerate the cross, you can give a kiss to the crucifix that you bring. So a suggestion there for later today. Also, down in the description area below, usually on phones, it's a small little arrow just underneath and to the right of the video. I think on the computer at home, it shows something like show more or show less. You can kind of click on that and the screen opens beneath. So in that description area, I will have a link to the missalette resource from Magnificat. And if you follow that link, you can scroll through and they have the Liturgy of the Word for today. So I'll have the U.S. Bishop's website with the Liturgy of the Word, the readings for the Good Friday Passion service. I'll also have the Magnificat resource linked there so that you can read the readings and follow along as we proclaim them at the Good Friday service of the Lord's Passion. And then also I'm going to alert you to a grand surprise I got last evening. Someone emailed me a video a group called Catholic Vote put together. I don't really know anything about the group, but they put a nice little brief video together, and they have used some of the footage that our local Oklahoman reporters did that very first weekend that we had the outdoor mass. So I invite you to see that. So if you go to the homepage here of our YouTube channel, click on playlists. When you open up to that window, you'll see three categories of playlists. One is news coverage of the parish. If you click on that, you'll see videos open up, and the video called Not Lost by Catholic Vote is listed there, and I invite you to watch that. It's a really short video, nicely done. A reminder that the Lord makes all things new, even in a time like this when we have so much uncertainty and so much seems to have been taken away from us. For me, folks, one of the disappointing things about the situation we're in this year is most of you probably won't be walking inside the church today, and that's totally understandable. But one of the most striking, moving things for me about the Sacred Triduum is what happens at the conclusion of the Holy Thursday Mass. Many of you never see it because we go over to adoration and you're praying, as is a good thing to do. But then the entire sanctuary is stripped. So the cloths taken off the altar, all the things we're used to seeing there, the candlesticks that decorate it, all removed. And the sanctuary remains stripped and barren, and it's a stark change from the beautiful, kind of extravagant decoration that sacred altar bears most every other day of the year. So since you're probably not going to be able to see that this year, and it's such a striking effect of Good Friday, I just wanted to show you myself on the videos. I'm just going to walk around the sanctuary here and let you see just how different it looks. So as you no doubt see, the intention there, the visual shift, is supposed to grab our attention. It's very striking. It reminds us of a stripping down, reminds us of an absence, reminds us of a passing, and today we remember the Lord's death. So very visual, striking thing that is normally part of our experience Good Friday. I hope you can get at least a glance, a taste of it through this video. And to remember that we observe penitential practices today, that of fasting from food and abstinence from meat, and other penitential practices we might ourselves take on, in addition to prayer that we should occupy ourselves with today. We do this to commemorate the Lord's suffering and death for our salvation, to show our love to him who loved us so deeply that he laid down his life to save us.